For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned to the Pelican Post Game Report, PPR Weekly. We are in this thing. Shout out to the fam. Appreciate y'all as we move forward into the Pelicans off-season. Playoffs are ongoing, but the Pelicans still need to make moves, man, to improve upon their situation and keep inclining. That's the big thing. Biggest issue we have. Not so much talent as it is health with Zion and other key members of the team. We can't put too much burden on these guys. We got to be able to disperse out a lot of that. We got to be smart in our personnel decisions. But anyway, this one right here is entitled Pelicans narrowing down 10 options for the fourth overall pick. We have one pick currently in this 2023 draft. And let's delve into it. Before we get into it, please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. Let's get into it. On this one, coming from a Pelican Scoop, Pelicans narrowing down 10 options for the 14th overall pick. Pelicans have at least 10 viable options for using the 14th overall pick in the upcoming 2023 NBA draft. This is Chris Dodson on the scoop. Shout out to him, and the Pelican Scoop had a pretty good article that they covered. We talk about all of the things that happened. As you know, San Antonio, they end up getting Victor Wembanyama, and he'll end up in the Southwest Division. No surprise there. I kind of figured that's why Popovich was hanging around. No big surprise there. But in terms of the Pelicans, we won't be getting a lot of the top people like Scoot Henderson and all those guys. You might as well kill that noise. And even Brandon Miller or some of these guys. But who could be available at the 14th position when the Pelicans get ready to pick? Anyway, let's take a look at what Dodson thinks about it. Who's falls from 9 to 14? Things start to get fluid around the ninth spot. Does any front office trust Anthony Black to fix his 30% from three-point range, 3 assists, but 3 turnovers per game stats? Black has already lined up for a meeting with the Pacers, picking 7th, but I'm not sold he will ever pan out to be anything better than Jose Alvarado. I wouldn't be mad at that. The Ring's Kevin O'Connell pegs Black as the next Lonzo Ball experiment, just in a smaller frame. If it's the same Wolf for free throw shooting numbers, though, and I can't imagine any front office leaving Chicago very impressed. Black was not even in the top 20 straight line speed or lane agility drills, for example. About Taylor Hendricks is at the top of the mid-lottery draft board. The Pelicans would reap the benefits of other teams overthinking things, getting a valuable big wingman with skills that will translate on day one. Hendricks is big. He knows how to play, can shoot well, and can defend, can guard in the switch because he can block shots at the rim, even if the guard gets by him. NBA executive told Hoops Hype that he's the best prospect coming out of the AAC ahead of Jarace Walker. That's pretty good. Now, Hendricks also can defend all 5 positions. He's 39% from the three-point range. He averaged 15-7 and doesn't need to handle the ball much to stay engaged. Bringing in 7-foot wingspan with a high motor average and 2 blocks a game would help the Pelicans with rim protection immediately. At times, it looked like he was playing a different game than some spurts leading UCF. Now, Zion Williamson will be in a position to grab rebounds and run most of the time. New Orleans will employ a traditional big man like Giannis Valanciunas, but the role may be limited moving forward. Larry Nance's hybrid role this season could fit Hendricks, like a fresh new shirt for years to come. So how y'all feel about that? Top 10 to keep an eye on. The Pelicans need a versatile defender who can rebound. More importantly, shoot at a respectable clip. This team needs spacing. Top 10 board for tracking prospects that might help the team next season and be available from the 10th to the 23rd pick, also held by the Portland Trailblazers. Taylor Hendricks, Kobe Buffkin, Casey Wallace, Gigi Jackson, Jett Howard, Jordan Hawkins, Chris Murray, Derek Lively the second, Leonard Miller, and Anthony Black. Now, honorable mention is Brandon Podziemski's stock soared from pink sheets to prime blue chip in Chicago's combine. He averaged almost 20 points a game with 9 rebounds and almost 4 assists with almost 2 steals, with 44% shooting for three-point range at Santa Clara, and is prepared to be a, quote, really good player, a really good role player by my first year. Now, he recorded 10.7 rebounds and 8 assists, 2 steals, while also connecting on 2 3-pointers. It made an impressive shots off the bounce, didn't have any turnovers. With Billy Hernan Gomez moving on, a trade block trade back to to snag him and use him as a second rounder on Tristan Vukasev should shore up the front court depth behind Jonas and Larry Nance. So, how do you guys feel about some of these names right here, man? Going forward, a lot of people say, Q, we need some shooters. If you're a Pelican faithful, you definitely want to look at, what could we bring with the 4th overall pick? And of course, we're going to have an opportunity to have a show where we hear from the rest of the family members and let them chime in. But, until that day, chime in the comment section. Let me know what would be the proper move at 14 for the Pelicans this upcoming season. What do you think? What do you think we should do with the 14th pick? Our only pick of the draft currently, unless they make a move later on. So with that being said, we're going to get out on that. I appreciate you guys chiming in on this episode of PPR Weekly. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button by all means. Feel free to share the show on your social media feed. I'm Big Q, and I'm going to holler at y'all on the flip side. Go Pels.